Money has no life in itself. It is dead paper, animated only by your assumption. The moment you feel yourself wealthy, you breathe life into abundance, and it must appear. Tonight, I will take you through the 7 laws of money, not as men teach it, but as imagination decrees it. In this lesson, you will discover the exact laws by which imagination creates wealth. I will strip away the superstition that money comes by toil, luck, or chance. You will see that all money is the outpicturing of an inner state. You will learn how to assume riches, how to feel the reality of abundance before the evidence appears, and how to remain faithful when the world denies it. When you finish this hour with me, you will hold the key to money as surely as you hold the key to breath itself. Perhaps you have tried affirmations, hard work, even prayers, and still your hands feel empty. You wonder, am I doing this wrong? Why does money slip away from me? You are not alone. Many wrestle with the same doubts. But hear me, money is never the problem. The only obstacle is the state you insist on occupying. Tonight, I will show you why poverty persists when you look to the 3D world, and how wealth appears the moment you dare to ignore appearances and live in the end. You will see that the world is not against you, it is you, pushed out. So here is what awaits you in this hour. I will unveil the 7 great laws of money as revealed through the law of assumption. We will begin with the foundation, that consciousness is the only reality, and money is but its shadow. Then we will move into the art of assuming wealth, of praying, believing that you already have it, of revising your past to dissolve financial failure, of maintaining the mental diet that refuses poverty, and of persisting until the outer world bends. Along the way, I will share the parables and testimonies of those who prove the law in money receiving inheritances, promotions, unexpected windfalls be nothing more than an imaginal act. Stay with me, for before we close, I will give you one simple practice you can use tonight, and if you are faithful to it, you will never again call yourself poor. Let us begin. What most people never stop to consider is this simple but life-changing truth. Money in itself has no power, no life, no authority over you. Look at it carefully. It is dead paper, colored ink, numbers on a screen. It moves only when something deeper commands it to move. And that deeper thing is not the economy, not your employer, not even opportunity. It is your own consciousness of being. Here's something most people completely miss. Your bank account is not the cause of your feeling. It is the effect. Your mood is the projector, and the figures you see are nothing but the film it plays. Now let me paint this picture. Imagine 2 men walking down the same street. One looks at the shops, the houses, the passing cars, and feels himself small, lacking, excluded from wealth. He thinks, how could I ever afford this? That man walks in poverty, no matter what sum is in his pocket. The other man, with the very same outward circumstances, walks with the quiet inner knowing that everything he desires is already his in consciousness. He looks at the houses and sees his own home. He looks at the cars and feels the keys in his hand. He does not deny appearances, he transcends them. One man sees himself as a grasshopper, the other as a giant. And as the book of Numbers tells us, we were in our own sight as grasshoppers, and so we were in their sight. The world only reflects the way you see yourself. Why does this matter so much? Because until you grasp this principle, you will chase money as though it were the master. You'll toil, you'll labor, you'll check balances and count pennies, never realizing that you are the source of the flow. Getting this wrong keeps you in bondage, always waiting for the outer to change. But when you get it right, when you see that consciousness alone creates, suddenly the burden lifts. You no longer beg the world to treat you better, you command it by assuming better within yourself. So what is the solution? It is to start right now by revaluing yourself. Stop measuring your worth by the numbers in your hand or the figures in your account. Measure yourself only by what you dare to assume in imagination. Say within, I am wealthy. I am prosperous. I am already in possession of the thing I seek. Do not wait for outer confirmation. The outer is the echo, and the echo must follow the voice. The voice is your assumption. And how do we prove this? I have seen it time and again. Students of mine who were down to their last dollar chose to feel themselves secure, abundant, provided for, and money came to them in ways they could never have devised. Inheritances appeared, forgotten debts were paid, promotions were offered, gifts were given. Not because they worked harder or begged longer, but because they changed the inner state that commands the shadow. You can trace it in your own life. When you felt rich inwardly, doors opened. When you felt poor inwardly, everything seemed to close. So I ask you now, which man are you? The grasshopper who sees giants, or the giant who sees grasshoppers? The choice is not made by effort or striving, but by assumption. Consciousness creates currency. Until you change that, no amount of labor will free you. But change it, and even the dead paper of money will rise and serve you as a living thing. Now here's something that will sound almost offensive to the reasoning mind. Yet it is the truth you must accept if you would ever be free. Poverty is not a lack of money. Poverty is a state of consciousness. And until that state is dissolved, no amount of external change will bring lasting wealth. Men believe they are poor because their purses are empty. But I tell you, they are empty because they first believe themselves to be poor. The cause is never the condition. The condition is always the shadow of the cause. Consider this carefully. You could give a beggar a fortune today, yet if he maintains the inner conviction that he is poor, he will be poor again tomorrow. You could strip a man of all visible wealth, yet if he holds the state of abundance within, money will find its way back to him as surely as water rushes to fill an open channel. This is why some rise again after every fall, while others fall again after every rise. The difference is not luck, not opportunity, not circumstance. It is the state they refuse to abandon. Let me show you how this plays out in life. There was a student who came to me in despair. His business was failing, creditors at his door, and he asked, "What can I do?" I told him, first, stop calling yourself a failure. Stop rehearsing lack. Dare to assume that you are already successful, already free, already abundant. He resisted at first. The outer world screamed the opposite. But he persisted in the new assumption. He walked as if he already possessed the supply he needed. He spoke as one secure. And soon, opportunities appeared. Debts were resolved. Doors opened. The world rearranged, not because of the outer struggle, but because he dropped the state of poverty and clothed himself with wealth. Why is this so? Because the world can only mirror the state you occupy. You may beg for sympathy. You may argue that conditions prove your poverty. But I tell you, conditions are powerless apart from your assumption. Once you accept that truth, you hold the key to change. Do not ask, how shall I escape poverty? Ask rather, what state am I occupying? Am I dwelling in lack, or am I dwelling in abundance? The state is the root, and the fruit must match the root. So here is how you put this into practice. Tonight, when you close your eyes, refuse to carry the old identity of one who lacks. Lay it down as you would remove a worn garment. Enter instead into the feeling of one already enriched. Feel the relief, the gratitude, the quiet dignity of one who has more than enough. Let that state be more real to you than the figures in your account. For the figures are but shadows, and the state is the cause. If you can hear me and dare to believe it, then even in the face of empty hands, you can walk in the consciousness of overflowing supply. And as surely as night follows day, the shadow world will echo back the abundance you have already claimed. Remember, poverty is not a condition. It is a state. And states are changed in the twinkling of an eye, the moment you choose to assume a higher one. Here's what most overlook, though the scriptures declare it plainly. You shall decree a thing, and it shall be established unto you. Job 22:28. Notice the simplicity. It does not say you shall toil for it, chase it, or earn it. It says you shall decree, you shall assume, you shall claim inwardly, and it will be established. This is the law of assumption. And without it, no wealth is ever made permanent. Now let's set the scene. Two men both desire riches. One prays with his lips, yet his heart whispers, I am still poor. He speaks words of prosperity, but secretly identifies as lacking. The other man says nothing aloud, but dares inwardly to feel himself already in possession of the thing he seeks. He imagines himself signing the contract, spending the money, living in the comfort of abundance. He does not wait for proof, he claims it first. Which of the two has prayed? The one who assumed. The other only confessed his doubt. Why does this matter? Because if you miss this, you will waste years repeating words with no change. You'll say, I am rich, I am rich. But if you still feel poor, you are decreeing poverty. Getting this wrong binds you to frustration. But getting it right unlocks the treasury of heaven. When you decree from within, when you say, I am wealthy, and feel it true, you set in motion the only power that creates. So what is the practice? Begin by stripping away the future tense. Do not say, I will be rich one day. That day never comes. Speak it now. I am. The sacred name revealed to Moses was, I am that I am. Every addition you make to I am becomes your decree, and the world must establish it. If you join I am with lack, you create lack. If you join I am with wealth, you create wealth. It cannot fail, for consciousness is the only creative power. And how do we know this is true? Time and again, it has been proven. A student once told me he had nothing, not even the fare to travel home. Yet he dared to decree, I am supplied. He imagined himself with the ticket in hand. Within the hour, someone approached and offered him exactly the fare he needed. Was this coincidence? No. It was the shadow obeying the decree of consciousness. So let me ask you, what are you decreeing right now? Every time you sigh and say, I am broke, you establish it. Every time you say, I am struggling, you decree it. But the moment you dare to say, I am wealthy, not as a desperate wish, but as a calm inner fact, the unseen begins to rearrange, to make it so. Decree it now. Say within yourself, I am wealthy. I walk in abundance. I am already supplied. And watch how swiftly the shadow must obey the voice. Now here is where many stumble. They decree, they assume, they even feel it real for a moment, but then the outer world denies it. The bills come due, the account looks the same, the opportunities seem absent, and so they abandon the assumption and return to the old state. Yet the very resistance they see is proof that the seed has been planted. Faith is not proven when everything agrees with you. Faith is proven when the world contradicts you, and you still hold fast to the inner vision. Think of the prodigal son. He squandered his inheritance. Yet at the lowest point he remembered, "In my Father's house there is bread enough and to spare." He turned inward to the truth of his sonship, and that remembrance lifted him home. The story is psychological. It is you, in the far country of lack, remembering your true inheritance. Do not measure by the husks in the trough. Remember who you are, and return in consciousness to the Father's house of abundance. Why does this matter so deeply? Because if you let appearances shake you, you will live as a slave to circumstance. You'll try to time your assumption by the evidence, never realizing the evidence is always delayed. But if you remain faithful amid denial, you prove mastery. The outer world, like clay, resists at first, but yield it must, for assumption is the potter. The danger is in breaking faith too soon. The glory is in persisting until the assumption feels natural, until wealth is no longer a hope, but a self-evident fact within you. So how do you do this in practice? Each time the old voice whispers, "You see, nothing has changed," answer it silently. "I am wealthy. I have received." Do not argue with the senses. Simply turn again to the end you have already assumed. Live from it as though it were undeniable. Walk as one who knows he carries the keys in his pocket, even if the pockets appear empty. That knowing is the seed, and seeds grow in silence before they break the ground. I recall a student who was pressed on every side. His debts piled up, no prospect of relief. Yet he refused to surrender the inner claim. He told no one of his struggle. He walked as though already free. And then, without warning, an inheritance was delivered to him, sufficient to cancel every debt. The world called it chance, but he knew it as law. He had remained faithful when denial shouted the loudest, and the denial itself gave way to proof. So I ask you, will you let appearances dictate your faith, or will you let faith dictate your appearances? To remain faithful amid denial is the dividing line between those who dream of wealth and those who manifest it. Hold the assumption until it feels more natural than doubt, and the shadow world cannot help but obey. Here's something you must hear with all seriousness. Words alone have no creative power. You can repeat affirmations 1,000 times. You can speak prosperity into the air day and night. But if the words are not clothed with feeling, they fall lifeless to the ground. For it is not the phrase that impresses the subconscious. It is the mood behind the phrase. Feeling is the secret, the only medium by which thought becomes fact. Think of it this way. A man may declare, I am rich, while inwardly trembling with fear of poverty. What is he really impressing upon his deeper self? Not wealth, but poverty. The subconscious does not hear words. It receives only the vibration of feeling. Another man may never speak a word aloud. Yet if he falls asleep in the quiet satisfaction of abundance, he has prayed more effectively than the one who chanted for hours. Why does this distinction matter? Because if you miss it, you will waste your strength in empty repetition, hoping that sound will create substance. Getting it wrong leaves you discouraged, wondering why nothing changes. But once you see that feeling is the substance, you'll stop chasing words and start cultivating states. Imagine the difference. With words alone, you are like a man knocking at a door but never stepping inside. With feeling, you are already within the house, seated at the table, tasting the feast. So what then is the practice? Whenever you affirm, whenever you pray, ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Do not settle for dry words. Take the phrase, I am wealthy, and sink into it until it carries emotion. Feel the relief of debts dissolve, the gratitude of supply abundant, the joy of freedom.
Let's crack it. Let's get it going. Let's see what we got going this morning, guys. It's a great day. It's loud. Oh, let me turn this on. This notifications. All right. All right. Let's get it going this morning. IWM already starting off popping. It's 9:31. All right. IWM looks good. All right, we're gonna wait for this 5 minutes bar to do what it do. See. I do not know how to turn this sound off on this thing. It's a do not disturb. I don't want that. Just don't want to hear the sound. Let's see. Notifications. All right. Mm-mm-mm. All right, IWM is popping. I'll just turn it down. I don't know what it's doing. All right, I like IWM. QQQ's hitting the oh, that's right. All right, I'm gonna go out I'm putting in an order on SPY actually right now. I had already planned this out last night. I'm just telling y'all what I'm looking at. It's $600. Well, I'm telling you guys right now what's going on. And it's for the 700 call. So, but I'm gonna wait for it to pull back a little bit. It just hit the bar. I got upset yesterday with XLE and decided to hop in some calls at the end. So I'm up 13% and 12% on both. Love it. It's in green for sure. SPY's crazy. IWM is crazy. Everything's going up. I mean, after 3 days, this is what you should expect, okay? If you're surprised, then I need you to study the market just a teeny bit, because 3 days down, you need to have some kind of up, right? Like just a little bit. Let's have some balance in here, guys. SPY was bugging, dropping for 3 days straight. Now it's time to go crazy. So I'm liking, I needed to pull back though before I get in, actually. But I like February 20th. I'm liking I don't know if it's gonna get to 700 next week. It might. I just need to pull down just a little bit. Oh, I bet I know. NVIDIA got calls. Let's see. So the 700 call it's kind of fluctuating here because it's going down. That's what we want. We need to let it cook. It's 936. Let's see what it does. Dude, I do not understand why this sound go right. This is annoying me. I have to figure it out. We'll figure this out. Notifications. Oops. Oh my God. Oh, IWM looks great. Everything looks good, guys. I'm just gonna go ahead and get into the 700 call for $223 for the 20th. And then let's see how that works. And then try to hurry up and get this money over here real quick. SPY looks good. I think y'all know by now. SPY looks crazy. Going up to possibly 604 today. I like it. I'm in SPX. I'm not telling SPY me. I'm in SPY. Let's go. Up 12% on XLE. SPY. Now, I might not go crazy high today because it's bouncing up from a real deep hole. So you guys gotta let it pop up, go back down, pop up, go back down. That's how price action works. It just doesn't usually shoot up out of the rocket and just keep going. It has to kind of stop. So it may go to see if it goes to 604. Let's see. 604.73. Possibly Apple, Nvidia. All of these are green currently. Let's see what. This would be a great day for you to play futures. If I need to remind you, please start to, if you're playing futures, build your account up so you can get paid in real money. That would be amazed. SPY's moving. Would love that for you guys. It's no different than SPY. It's no different than SPY. IWM, it looks like it's pulling back a little bit. So we may not get to that high on here. I'm hoping we do, but we'll see. This might be a pullback. You see it reached up to the top of that bar and it's starting to pull back a little bit. Be careful. So let's see what it's going to do. Still see it could possibly get to 602 if it doesn't pull back. INTC, Apple, XOM. Okay, IWM look like it's gonna go up. Who's about to risk on IWM today? Today's an easy day, guys. Easy work. Could IWM possibly get to 264? Possibly. Possibly. QQQ. IWM. I like IWM 264. That's about as far as I'm willing to go out the money if I was to do it. Not financial advice. But if I was to do it, that's what I would do. Me and IWM don't get along. But if I was to do it, that's what I would do. QQQ looks like it could get to 608 today. So if you can't afford QQQ, TQQQ is also nice. Lots of open interest. Lots of open interest. All right, everything looks like it's just make sure you grab your profit early this morning. Only because it's just come up off of a really big bear run. And usually it needs time to climb back up the wall. Okay. So just understand that about price action, that it usually doesn't just go flip down, flip up. It doesn't usually work that way. Like I said, usually you may be, pleasantly surprised. Wall Street does not like when the market falls. Okay. A lot of people's 401ks are going on over there. So they're not here for the falling of it. SPY's moving up. AMD is moving up. Everything. Jeez. All right. Let's see what our levels are of SPY. SPY looks like it could possibly get to 687. IWM. Can it reach to a little toppy tippy top before it takes a breather? That's what we're hoping for today. QQQ going crazy. SPY futures going crazy. MES. Let's see. Little breather. Is it gonna tank? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right now. Let's see. Had a nice little run. I do think QQQ can go past this little jump. We're looking at 607. Did we do it? 686 on SPY. Oh, let's go. Did it pop up? Looks like it might want to. A little doji. AMD, Tesla, TQQQ. So we got more volume pouring in. TQQQ, Tesla. It's 948. Remember, there's a 951 pullback. It could possibly get to the week midpoint. Okay. AMD. QQQ still looks good. Flow came in last night. Big orders on SPY and SPX. Millions of dollars came in on Flow last night at around 4 o'clock. Tesla just got 2 calls going into Flow. How we doing, guys? We making money? Everybody should be in green, at least $4. Let's go. All right. It's trying to get back up to okay. So look, we got some different areas here. We got possibly 686 on SPY, possibly 607 on QQQ if it can make it. That's what we aiming for today. If you can get it, get it. If you can get it, get it. If you didn't get any money this week, this is a great day to try to get it. Grab it. IWM looks solid. SPY looks solid. Still getting momentum in for QQQ. Especially IWM looks good. I like it. IWM may get to 264. Easy. Good morning, y'all. Get this bread. Oh my God. All right, we loving it. Today was a good day. I'm up 35% on IWM, 40% on QQQ. Oops, let me keep that one. Keep your runners. Take some profit. I swear, I'm done. Do y'all know? I can never get out of IWM. Like, it doesn't matter. It's just such a scam. I literally have to break it down like 3 contracts. 3 contracts. Y'all, please get your money off IWM. Don't get excited and then they clap your ass. Bloop. Excuse me. We're not here for the clappings of IWM. Look at this. Will not let me close it. I'm done, guys. I'm done. Cut. cooked. Excuse me. Emma got cooked over here, y'all. We're okay. We're gonna be okay, guys. We're gonna be fine. But I did not like that. Spy. I still think QQQ could get to six, whatever. What I say? I closed most of mine out. I'm just trying to leave one for a runner. I like to just be present in the situation. I'm gonna leave my XLE. I'm gonna leave Spy. All right, and I'm out of everything. I'm out. QQQ could possibly get to if it doesn't pull back. Remember what I said, once it has a big run like that, it usually does half of the price of like the next day. It's usually how that goes. Cut. Could QQQ possibly keep going, or is it shooting down? Oh, buddy. What's it doing? I don't know. I'm not in anything. What's it doing, guys? Are y'all good over there? I told you when I was out. So if you decided to stay in, God bless you. I know how these levels move. And they sometimes are not your friend during after a big run like that. They will push up, kind of pull back down. It might get one little last push to let you can get one little bit of profit, but then it might go back. So just be careful. Try to get your profit as quick as you possibly can. I want everybody to win today. We had a nice run for 30 minutes. It was nice. See what we doing. All right, so it's hitting the 200 moving average. So this could be a reversal, or it could shoot down and literally continue to tank today, like it's been doing all week, and close out more red. So let's see what we're gonna do. It's hitting the 200 moving average. This is gonna be its deciding factor. There's some other tickers available if people are interested. Walmart, Tesla, Energy. Yeah, Energy is doing good. XLE up 27%. I'm up 25% at XLE, 30% XLE. Super cheap plays yesterday for $16. I got in a call. I told Wes to get in on the put. And and it went bad. You know what I'm saying? So I said, well, if it's gonna go bad, shit, I might as well just go the other way. Why not? Why not? Okay. There we go. So energy is going crazy right now. By the way, my XLE is for till next week, by the way. So that's why I said I'm out of positions on day trading. I'm swinging XLE. Apple is starting to pull in. Let me look at Apple. There's 2 SPYs up. All right. Now QQQ could possibly just pull down and then pull back up, and we're looking at it could possibly hit 206. I'm sorry, 606 today. Let's see what Apple's doing. I'm flipping off futures because SPY looks just like futures. Apple looks nice. All right, Apple. That might drag up QQQ a little bit. Might drag it up a tad. Let's go. Anybody making money today? Or did you give it all back to the market? I hope you guys didn't. Hope you guys pocketed that green. Apple's moving. Okay. Come on, Apple. Like it. JPM. Warm Easy. Let's see what. Lord have mercy. QQQ was like, boop. Squish down. What's it doing? Somebody just dropped in $95,000 on JPM calls. Let me look at JPM real quick. Switching out of Apple. I like Apple. I do like Apple a lot. Let's see if we drew some lines on Apple. What will we get? Ooh, Apple's probably going to 287. Anybody cares? We're looking at 287, 289. So if I was you, I would ride it to about 287 if I was in the Apple game. Do it. I like Apple. Yeah, that could be a good swing for somebody. That's a nice swing right there. Hey. Hey, Lee. Good morning. Good job. I'm glad you made some money on SPY and Tesla. That's what's up. All right. QQQ is about to hit an order block on a 5-minute chart. Anybody understands that order block? It bounces off the order block usually, then usually bumps back up. So we can wait for another position in there. Apple could possibly get to 287. Remember, it's 10:02. So let's look for our next big push in volume to see which one we can get into and make some money off of these next 30 minutes. It's gotta be this. It's gotta be. Let me see. All right. Nice little pullback. Up 45% on XLE. That's the 53 call for February 13th. Ooh. Also, I wanted to show you guys this. Let's look at these 10 and 1 MAs. I'm going to add the 9 moving average to the market pulse. Let's see, apply. So you guys can see if it respects that. If it can respect it, meaning that it stays above, like right here, IWM is staying above the 9. It's a likelihood that it can continue going up. If it breaks the 9, then we're looking at a trend change. As you can see, like QQQ, it's hitting this move order block right here. Okay, so it's grabbing it's grabbing the buyers as we speak. It's saying, hey, buyers, come here, grabbing some buyers right now. Boop, boop, boop. So everybody come to the party. It's like a little boat. Okay, it's like a little baby boat, and they're grabbing the buyers. And if there's enough buyers in the boat, it'll fly back up. So it's like a little helicopter. So it changes from the boat to the helicopter, and then it brings it up to another order block. So that's what we're trying to see. Is it enough buyers to take a trip, or is it going to break? But right now it's turning black, but that does not mean it won't flip. So we're just waiting to see what we're going to do, because it's already broke VWAP, but it's also in a buying order block. There's 430,000 people in this order block right here. And that means it could easily flip back up. And this is just a great time to get into another position around 10.07 or so. 50% up on XLE. I'm going to change from Apple to XLE. Oh, look at XLE. Gorgeous. What a gorgeous ticker. We love XLE. XLE. All right, here we go. So as you can see, we bounced off of VWAP. Okay. Nice. Also, contracts are much cheaper now. So let's see how it's going to handle that. Is it going to bounce off the order block back up to 605? Remember, volume starts to come in around 1007. XLE is looking still amazing. So let's see. TSLL is moving up. See what it's doing. Now it's hitting the 72 moving average inside of the order block. So that could be that. Just got a Microsoft Flow call, Microsoft open. So let's see. All right, so we look like we're going into put territory if it breaks this. But remember, it's still in the order block, so you got to give it a chance to let it do what it's going to do. You never want to really put trades inside the order block. That's what you don't want to do, because it's choppy inside of order blocks. And remember, all week it has pushed down. So if it goes up, it's not going to go up a lot. That'll be for next week. So if it goes back up, it might go back up to like, I don't know, 604 if it goes back up. But if not, it'll probably tank down. But right now it's inside of the order block. Nvidia's got calls coming in. What we're doing is choppy in the order block. So let's see how this plays out. Be careful. Trying to keep y'all out the war space. I want y'all to win. It's just rules to this game. You gotta know the rules to this game. The rules are never enter in order blocks. Never enter in the middle of a level. Take profit at levels. Add more profit after test and retest the level. Let me think of some other rules. Don't let people distract you. They don't care about your money like you care about your money. Okay. Let's see. All right. You see right here. So right here, it bounced up a little bit off the order block, right? Okay. All right. Now, this might not be enough strength to break the high of what it already did today, but it might range. After 3 huge days of dropping, this might be the range that occurs today, meaning that it'll fluctuate between 600 and 605, up and down off the VWAP. Okay, and it might do that a couple times today. So you guys got to learn how to trade ranging markets, and ranging markets happen after big moves. I used to get clapped during range markets. God, I was like, I know it's going to go up. I just know it. And then it would go up like the next week. My God, ranging markets. So always ask yourself, what did it do yesterday? What did it do the day before? It tank. Okay, it might range at least on one of those days. Okay. And as you can see, look, let's explore. You see where it came up off the top? I'm gonna tell you a little secret. Anytime you see a wick at the bottom and a wick at the top, it's probably gonna be a ranging day. Okay, wick at the top, wick at the bottom. When it looks kind of even like that, that's usually a ranging day. Then it comes down, but it doesn't come down as far as it did when it opened, right? Which means it's done falling mostly. It means it is done falling mostly, but it may not get higher than 605. So it's going to give you an extra little boom if you need to get some money, but you have to get in at where the open was, right? Look at the open. Look at the open, then boom. You see how it pushes up from the open? And so if you got down, you're like, dang it, man, I didn't grab my profit. If it's a ranging day and you got in a really good spot, then you can grab your profit again. But if you got in here, you were hesitant, because that's what happens when we're new traders. We get hesitant. We get paralysis. And we're like, oh, snap. It's 4 bars. Well, shit, it's 20 minutes that went by. 20 minutes. Y'all done sat and babysat that. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You can't babysit it. So you said, okay, well, I'm going to get in right now. Then it went up. And you thought you was going to get your money. You definitely didn't get the money. And then it flew back down. But it didn't fall back below the low. So now this is time where you do a sophisticated move, which is add positions. This is where you add the positions. And it's not necessarily a losing trade. You're just adding in a better position. That's why I call this the pancake trade. Let this burn out. Let this be oh yeah, I could have got in a better position. Okay. Because if it's really going to go up, it'll come back in that area. So what do we say? I see it could go possibly to 604. And if we push past this, it could possibly go to 606, 607. Okay, babies? All right. So that is a little training on how to trade ranging markets. And guess how you learn that? By studying, getting clapped for years. I know y'all don't want to do that though. Y'all not built for the clapping of the range market, because Lord knows I wasn't. But I used to trade futures in ranging markets, so my contracts wasn't expiring. It was not expiring. I could ride that thing all day long and be like, okay, well, I'll take $5 off. Cool. So what we're looking to see is this ranging market going to push below this. Remember, because it's ranging. So that means this is the low of the range. 598 is the low of the range. Okay. Okay. Was that good? Was that a good lesson, guys? Yep. I like it. So we're back in the order block again, hanging out. Now next week, it's a 80% chance SPY's gonna go crazy. Okay, 80% chance SPY's gonna jump through the roof. So if you want to buy one contract for a swing for next week, I don't see why not. I know I did. So I think it's gonna go up. But hey, I could always be wrong and it just keeps tanking. You know, I just was willing to test my luck on it. Oh, thanks, Wes. I love you. So we're still hanging out in buyer territory, sucking up all the buyers. There's 430,000 buyers over here in the QQQ world. Okay. And this is like the halfway mark right here. Let me put a little line on here. Boom. So 648 is where the buyers switch into sellers. So below 600 is sellers territory. Okay. And remember, we got all of this sellers range that could possibly happen today. So this might be just a yucky, choppy day. So if you pick back in green, you better get your dang money because your contract could run out. Y'all don't want your contracts to run out. I want y'all to win today. Loop, leave a message. Okay, so there's some other ones that we like. So if y'all are not into ranging, XLE is a trending. We're up. I'm up 74% on XLE. So y'all could have got into a safe ticker like XLE calls. It has been moving up. You just have to buy a bunch of contracts if you want to make some money off of that one. Yep. See right now. So somebody just put in a bunch of calls on SPY 685 to expire today. Because why? This is the ranging. They know what they're doing. They're like, yep, I already know it's going to go up. They know it's going to go up. Now, it may not go all the way to 685. Oops, that's SPY. Sorry about that. 685 is right here. But QQQ and SPY move very, very similar, right? So they just put in some calls. So they're anticipating it to range up and down today. And this is where they'll take the money for the calls. Then somebody put QQQ 602 puts. So right here, they're anticipating it to probably go to 598. When you learn how to freak a range, woo, buddy, you're going to be untouchable. Untouchable. I would love it for you. But it takes patience to get into a range and get profitable. It takes patience. Somebody just dropped 685 calls on 220. To February 20 expiration. Look at that. So as you can see, QQQ is struggling coming all the way down here. Okay. So that's a good sign that SPY and QQQ could possibly keep doing well. Yeah. IWM also looking good. So we might be able to at least get to 686 on SPY. We might get to be able to get back to 604 on QQQ. And we're looking at maybe 263, 262, 263 on IWM. Don't get clapped. Don't get clapped. Let me drink my little electrolytes. Okay. I wish I could talk to you guys. Like, what's your morning routine? Or, I'm really scared. I hate red. Or, I like trading, but my brain hurts after an hour. Oh, God. You're welcome, Lee. I like to read books by Al Brooks. He is the most boring. I ain't gonna lie. This guy's boring as heck. If you watch him on YouTube, you will definitely, it's like taking NyQuil, but he writes the best books. I would suggest y'all get the books that he has called Trading Price Action Trends, Trading Ranges, Trading Bar for Bar. Oh, he has got bars. When I tell you Al Brooks, they have you in the whole game change. Just don't watch him on YouTube because you'll fall asleep. I'm just pre-warning. Pre-warning is a little snooze fest, but you got to be a snooze fest to write books like this. Okay. I got them all though. Read them, highlighted, swirled. I said, dang, this dude is a genius. I love me a good genius nerd guy, but you can only listen to him for about 20 minutes and you gotta be like, okay, good night. We're done with that conversation. Okay. So here we go, guys. So we got SMCI. Looks like XLE is taking a little break. Looks like QQQ wants to keep rising to the top. Keep rising to the top. It's so cold in the D. Y'all know that song, It's So Cold in the D? That is my jam. It's got to be one of the hoodest songs ever, though. Pull up the video on YouTube. It is ratchet. I think they're at a cemetery. It's so cold in the D. I had a friend from Detroit. She used to play it on repeat in college. Oh my God. Oh my God. So let's go. Look at this. Look at this, babies. If I can make Wes laugh, I'm here for it. I don't know if I can make anybody else laugh, but I'm secretly here for it. Oh my gosh. Oh, look at Spy. Okay, so look. We're learning about ranging. It's doing a little snake deal. So you see how it looks like a little snake? Boop. So it may get up here, right? It may not. But if you really want to be safe, you want to get profit. You really want to try to get as much profit as you can, because you just don't make a ton of money on ranging days because your contracts are just getting eaten away. That's why sometimes if you can buy the next day contract, you can withstand this bullshit. You know what I mean? You can withstand some bullshit. But so yeah, that's just my feelings and thoughts on that. QQQ is giving you an opportunity to make any money that you lost, and you better get this money before I close up in 8 minutes. Y'all should be in green. Grab your money and get your money now. Go buy some lunch for your booskies. Go treat somebody kind today. What are we doing? What else are we telling them to do, people? Yeah. See, QQQ is trying to give you some work. But everybody ain't gonna want to get that work. They're gonna be like, oh yeah, it's going to the moon. No, I don't think this shit's going to the moon. Okay, by no means. Not today, I don't. It's stressed out from this week. It's stressed out. It's stressed. It's like we done dropped a whole day, and hell. I'm gonna take my little money. Shoot, y'all can get in, and if it do something amazing, God bless you. Cause guess what? I got 7 more minutes. I'm about to go get my hair done. You know what I'm saying? Woo woo. It's cold in the day. I still got some buying power, but I ain't even fooling with it because it just looks scary today in the wilderness. Cuh. This big sandal said get your money and go, cuh. XLE looking tasty, like a snack. XLE is so, what XLE remind me of? Let's give some personalities. We got 7 minutes. We're going to personality it up. XLE is Santa Claus. You know he going to show up on time in the winter. Oh my God, that was so divinely envisioned to me. I literally saw him as Santa Claus. He literally shows up in the winter and pays you. He brings you gifts and good tidings. Oh, he does. Okay. Oh my God, I'm up. Literally, Wes. You know how I went in revenge trade yesterday? I'm up 100% on that. What you talking about? I'm gonna keep this whack ass spy contract for next week and just pray that it work. Look at that. XLE. Okay, so then let me tell you who I think. If I could say who Spy was, Spy is the guy who don't know his identity. Y'all know somebody who don't know their identity? As a therapist, I'm gonna tell you, I can tell you when you don't know your identity. You know what I'm saying? I can tell you. Oh, what's Marvel doing? Wes. Marvel done shot up to 79. Oh yeah, it's about to move. Marvel is it. Do you hear me? You better not close out of Marvel. Okay, so XLE, back to the homie. Back to the homie, XLE. I don't know. I like XLE, but look, it's just snooze. It's like it's been sitting at 53.36 like Santa Claus. Like I'm sitting on the reindeer and I'm not moving. Okay. Don't move then. But it's definitely Santa. Okay. So we got that. If I could say Spy, right? I would say Spy has he has an identity crisis. He just don't know who he is. And you're not in our Marvel no more? What? Hold on. What? Oh my God, I didn't tell you to close out Marvel yesterday. I know I didn't. I know that shit was gonna go crazy. Wes. Oh, thank God. Okay, okay, Wes is in Marvel, guys. Shout out to Wes for not fucking jumping off the roof when it was negative $200. It was worth the wait, wasn't it? Wasn't it? Yes, it was. I like Marvel. Hell, I might get in that. Let me get in Marvel. Shit. What are we talking about? What's Marvel looking like? Marvel. Is it expensive? $40. Y'all remember on Baby Boy where he goes, $40. That's my favorite part. Rewind. Okay. Yeah, definitely don't forget about Marvel. Are you still negative too? Are you negative? Oh yeah, Marvel looks so fantastic. I really just don't want to play anymore today. I'm just not in the mood. Once I get profit, I'm like, okay, I'm good. Okay, so back to it. Yay! Oh yeah, it's about to go. It's about to smash. Marvel's about to smash and it's cheap, guys. It is cheap. I like it a lot. I think Marvel is going to possibly get to... Oh, look at XLE doing its thing. Marvel looks like it's probably going to get to 79 and then a possibly 80. So nice little deal. All right, back to my identity crisis with Spy. So basically, if tech goes down, then Spy's like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go down too. But if Johnson & Johnson goes down, it goes, oh yeah, I'm gonna be on the healthcare whoop-de-wop. So the thing is that Spy's really, really like finicky and he got issues. Straight up. Okay. So then QQQ is solid. It's like, look, man, I'm all about that tech life. I don't care if we're going up or down. All I care about is that tech life. That's why QQQ will move smoother than Spy. Okay. So y'all learned that. Some game today. And let's see else. Tesla's toxic. If y'all don't know, Tesla's toxic AF. You can make some bread on Tesla. I remember I was traumatized. I had accidentally forgot to close a contract on Tesla one day. I was at the nail shop I was. And I said, "Ooh, Tesla's doing this thing. Boop, boop, boop." And literally the next day I woke up with $3,000. And then I was so stunned because I was like, "Oh my God, I made that while I was asleep." And let me tell you, within 5 minutes, it was down $500, like literally after that. And I said, "Oh my God, I had to hurry up and close it." So that was interestanto for sure. Look, and then Tesla just popped up with a bunch of situations. Let's see. God, I want to get in a trade. I just don't want to. I just can't. I just can't. I just can't, guys. I just have to be disciplined. Just stop. Just stop, Emma. Golly. All right. Okay, so that's what we on with that. And see, let's see who else we like. Who else do we like as a ticker? Apple. Apple reminds me of the old white man in corporate. He's really all about just moving up the corporate ladder very slowly. He's not begging for a promotion. He just knows he's solid and he has a nice 401k, cute little family. I feel like Palantir is a sexy black guy who's like no everybody underestimating him. And then he started off at like $5 and now he's like $160 a share. And he was like, "Y'all slept on me. Y'all slept on a player, the Palantir player." That's what I feel about Palantir. Let's look at him. What's Palantir Boo doing? He's my baby. I love me some Palantir. Ooh, Palantir. Palantir about to go through the moon. Y'all think it's a game? Y'all think it's a game? I might get into Palantir while we over here talking crazy. He a player from the Himalayas. He is. He's like, "Don't sleep on me." Look at this. Nice. I do possibly think he can go to 145 next week. I like him for that. I see 145. It's 110. Um, Call for $110. What's AMD doing? Hold on. AMD makes me think about the Mercedes AMG. It really pays you nicely. It's it's kind of cheap, but not really. It's kind of expensive on days. Let's see. Yeah, it's expensive today. It's about $400 a contract. Oh, we won't be dealing with him today. He's expensive money. Okay, guys, if anyone's interested in XLE, XOM is popping up right now. XOM. And it's 10:30. And XOM is pushing up. So if anyone's interested in XOM, wonderful swing trade if you want to get into that for next week. And guess what? It's cheap. It's cheaper to keep her. It is $64 for February 13th on XOM, if anyone's interested in that. 155 call. All right. All right. Well, I'm signing out. I hope y'all made some money today. Today was a great lesson on ranging. Hope you didn't get clapped for being delayed. But I know you guys are going to do great today. Have a great weekend, and I love you, and we'll see you on Monday, Lord willing. Bye.